what's happening, YouTube? Today we're gonna be cooking up one of them hard beats for that Travis Scott UTOPIA joint. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that album in the comments, man. I thought it was alright. It reminded me a lot of like Yeezus. You could tell like it was heavily influenced by Kanye's sound, but I was rocking with it though, man. Hey, you know the rules. If your head get to bobbing while you're listening to the beat, you know you gotta drop me the like, sub if you haven't already, and hit that noti bell so you know as soon as I upload these videos, man. Let's get into this cook up. Alright, so we at 160 BPM here, and we starting out with this plugin called B3V from Arturia. We have this Oblivion preset, it's an organ, and this is what our first melody sounds like. Real simple stuff, man. So we just built out a D minor chord, and then we took the top notes of those chords, so the fifth. We just pulled that down an octave. Then we did the same thing here. It's the same chord, right? I just moved this note up one semitone and pulled that one down. And then I just split the third in half and moved that down a semitone. And that's pretty much all we did there. And at the end of it here, you see I left this little space at the end. It just gives it a nice cool little bounce. From there, we just threw a parametric EQ2, taking out some of the lows. Valhalla vintage verb, turn down the mix. We also added a soothe too, just to cut out some more frequencies in the melody there. All right, the next sound we have is from B3 again, and this is the old 70s soul organ. And it's almost the same exact chords, we just moved one more note. So I'll show you guys what that sounds like first. So the only difference between the last chords and these chords is the D sharp that was here. I just pulled it up one octave, and that's the only difference there. And you can tell here the sound selection is really key. We're kind of going for that real spooky vibe, so the organs definitely fit that sound that we're going for like perfectly. And then we have the exact same plugins here. We're just cutting out some of the lows. We have a Valhalla vintage verb for some reverb, and a soothe too, just to fix a few more frequencies in there. All right, so next we went to expand 2, and we went to hits, and we grabbed the big tone hit. And this is what that sounds like. So I just have that playing that exact same way all the way through. I just turn down the velocities a little bit there, and it just adds kind of an extra little texture and feel to the melody. You know, I used to hear hits a lot back in the day, like older beats like Chief Keef, Jeezy, like them type of trap beats. They was using hits a lot, man. So we throw some of those in there. All right, then we grabbed this silent movie pad from Expand, and this is just copying the exact same chords from that organ. So this is what that sounds like. So that almost sounds like an organ itself, and it just, like I said, it fits the vibe perfectly. Sound selection is going to be doing most of the work for us here. I just realized that sound does actually have an organ in it. But yeah, so we just added an EQ to take out some of the lows there. Soothe 2 again. Then we added this fruity flangus, and then we just turned the mix down to 60% just to give it a kind of a cool little feel to it. All right, then we added this fretless bass preset from Expand, and this is what that sounds like. So we don't got to do too much there, man. I think this adds definitely some little sauce to it. And you'll see the way I have it playing off of the drums later. It really kind of gives the melody a cool little bounce. As far as mixing goes, we have an R bass just to kind of boost that bass a little bit. We got an EQ, taking out some of that sub. We don't need anything down there for this bass. And then we have a soothe 2 on this demudding the bass preset here. All right, then we have this LA Custom C7 wash piano and keyscape here. And we're just following the root note of the melody all the way through. So this is what that sounds like. very simple, man. Nothing crazy there. All right, and then to sauce up our melody a little bit more, we just added a couple accents and textures. So we got this out of the Producer Grind Picturesque kit, one-shot kit. So this is the first accent that we have here. So that's real cool in my opinion, man. Basically I just took that accent and I pitched it up and then reversed it, because originally it was like this. So I just reversed that, pitched it up like I said. Then for this last bit, I chopped it in half and I pitched the second half up just a little bit more, just to switch it up there. Then we have this accent here. Again, we reversed it. Originally it was like this. Pretty cool, so I just reversed that. And then I took 2 chops of it, panned one to the left 50%, then I just panned the other to the right 50%. So I just basically made the second one unique to make it like a separate chop there. And this is what that sounds like. So just adds a nice little bounce to the melody. And then we just also have this last little accent in here. This is what that sounds like. And it's not really that noticeable when everything's playing together, but I thought it was cool. So all together, let's listen to this melody. That's hard. All right, so let's talk about these drums here. So nothing too crazy. We got a hi-hat, 2 snares layered on top of each other. The hi-hat just doing a simple 2-step pattern. So this is what that sounds like. Very simple. And we added this church bell as well. You see where that bass kind of adds that little bounce to it, like I was saying. So then after that, we threw in a simple little open hat pattern that's gonna hit with the 808 here. So together, this is what those sound like. And then I changed the 808 a little bit here to go with that bass, so I cut out this note. Just give it a nice little bounce. Boom, so after that, we just put a simple little kick on top of there, and that made the beat. So this is what it sounds like with a kick. Yeah. That's crazy. As far as mixing goes on the drums, I keep it fairly simple, man. Just put my kick and my 808 in mono by turning this knob to the right, this smaller knob. So the one at the top is the pan, but this is the stereo separation here. So I put my kick and my 808 in mono. I put my snares in mono usually, or one of the snares in mono. I'll throw a soft clipper and an EQ on my 808 just to cut out some of the low end of that 808. And on my kick, I just throw a soft clipper as well. And that's pretty much it, man. That's really all I do to my drums. I got pretty decent drum samples, so it's not like you gotta do a whole lot to them because a lot of these drums are already processed. All together, man, this is what the final beat sounded like. That's it for another one, y'all boys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. And if you learned something, drop me a like. If your head got the bobbing, drop me a like. Sub if you haven't. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I upload these videos. We out of here.